has approved a $600 million settlement against Norfolk Southern Railroad. It's been more than 18 months since a freight train derailed in East Palestine, Ohio, spilling chemicals into nearby rivers, polluting the air, polluting the drinking water, potentially leaving thousands at risk to this day. Investigative correspondent Rich McHugh has been following this case from the very beginning, is live outside the courthouse. Rich, first, who was objecting to this settlement and why?
Well, there was dozens of people, at the very least dozens of people objecting to this settlement. They felt it was too soon. There was not enough information that had been shared with them about the potential long-term health effects that they might face as residents. And there's no long-term health monitoring for them. So a number of people who actually opted into the settlement but objected. So it's very confusing. But the judge overruled on pretty much everything. So it is passing. At the end of court, there was a wild moment where the judge, after the judge had ruled, a resident walked out and said they lied, referring to the plaintiff's attorneys and the expert that they had brought in. The judge stood up from the bench and said, put her on the pavement. It was a very tense moment. Residents outside, I think we have some video of this. Residents were angry as the plaintiff's attorneys exited the building. I think we have some sound. We can roll a little bit of that.
Use that money to buy some integrity for the whole community. When you talk to politicians, they work for Dow, they work for Shamrock. You're going to answer. You are pathetic. You should be ashamed. You have the pleasure. How do you sleep at night? You're killing kids for your own pocketbook. God will not. That's a big house already.
So one of the people who wrote an affidavit, which was part of the objection, independent testing expert Scott Smith, he was a whistleblower. He's here with us. I want to ask him briefly his reaction. Come on in here, Scott.
Hey, Rich.
What is your reaction to today's ruling by Judge Benita Pearson?
You saw the system work as designed, not as it should today. And what I mean by that, the protection and enrichment of billion-dollar companies and plaintiffs' attorneys at expense of the people of East Palestine.
So you don't think this was a fair ruling in any way?
Well, the judge had she had a script. She had a ruling already when she walked in the courtroom. So this trial was just a charade for the system, basically. I mean, the judge you saw it all unfold.
I want to bring in, for our viewers, resident Jami Wallace. She was the resident who spoke up as she walked out. Jami, there, come step in. Sure. What was your reaction today?
Disgusted, upset. You know, the fact that it was brought up in the courtroom that the plaintiff's attorney hired somebody to tell us there'd be no health risk and no cancer. You know, the fact that they ignored that the plaintiff's attorneys, our own attorneys, hid important data that their expert had. The judge didn't even address that. She wouldn't let residents speak. There were supposed to be residents speaking today, and not one resident got to speak.
What did you say on the way out of court?
I said the attorneys lied to the community. The plaintiff's attorneys had a town hall where they told people that they were not going to have any long-term health risk, where there would be 0 cases of cancer. That's not what those attorneys were saying in the courtroom today. That's how they got so many people to sign up. It's not because they did such a great job. This is not fair to anybody but their pocketbooks.
You guys going to continue to fight?
You know I'll never quit fighting. I'll be fighting till the day I get put into the ground, because this is a fight for my daughter, and I'll fight to the death for her.
Well said, well said. Thank you, Jami.
Thank you.
All right, Nichole, there you have it. Looks to be over for now, but there's already talk about an appeal, so I'm sure we'll see that coming down the line.
We'll certainly see what happens. Yeah, record-breaking settlement. They're historic. Rich McHugh, live in Youngstown, Ohio. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.